Hello and good day. Now, I'm sitting here and I'm wondering, what exactly brought you to this video? And if it's because you'd like to see what exactly Prince Aemond likes to eat after a very long, grueling, exhausting day of committing violence against his family members and riding the biggest dragon in the world, well then you've came to the right place. On today's menu, we will be serving our dear Prince Aemond roasted pork, creamy mashed potatoes, and a cool cucumber salad to freshen things up. We may even indulge in a cup of red wine.
Final tribute.
Now let's get back to basics. Alright, so we're going to start off by adding an obscene amount of sea salt to our pork. Why? Because Aemond is a salty bitch and we need to make sure that we keep his levels up. We're now going to add some cracked pepper so that he can keep it in his teeth until later and spit it in the eyes of his enemies. We're also adding rosemary and not thyme because, like John Cena, his time is now.
Your time is up, my time is now. You can't see me, my time is now. It's the French.
We're adding a bunch of onion powder because we don't want onions swimming around with the pork. Not really the vibe. We're picky eaters here. Adding a little bit of sage, not a lot. A dab will do you. And it's honestly just to kind of cleanse his energy. We don't actually need it. So here we're going to add a bunch of garlic powder. And don't you worry, we will be adding minced garlic later on. But this is just to ensure that he gets the absolute dankest garlic breath you've ever smelt in your entire fucking life. So as you can see, I am now going to deglaze the pan with some red wine. We chose Cabernet Sauvignon because Aemond is a bougie bitch. I'm also adding in some apple cider for its sweetness and its fruity hints. And if you eat pork like Aemond does, you know how well apple pairs with pork. If you know, you know. Now, I'm also going to be adding a little bit of chicken broth for its saltiness, its savoriness, and for its all-around depth of flavor. And if there's anything that Aemond is, it's deep. That boy holds a grudge like a bitch. That boy remembers every slight.
I want you to put out your eye. It's payment for mine.
I add a bay leaf. I don't really know what the hell a bay leaf does, but it seems like really inappropriate not to add it, and I don't want him to stab me in the chest. So we're just going to add a bay leaf. So now would be a good time to tell you that we are cooking this fat side down, and we are searing the bottom so that some of that fat cooks off. It's added to the broth, and I don't know if you saw the camera move, but my big ass took a tumble and I hit the counter, and so my tripod went flying. And so the angle for this clip will stay like this for the rest of the clip because my big ass did not see that when I fell, it shook the counters. But it's just like, I fell so hard for Aemond. So now, again, we are going to be adding so much garlic. I want garlic in every crack and crevice of this pork roast. I want it to be seeping with garlic. I'm a garlic girl. I'm a garlic whore. And I know Aemond is. And I want him to come out, again, with the dankest garlic breath. So now I'm going to add a little bit more onion powder. No salt because you can always add some later. Gonna come back with the rosemary. And to top it all off, I'm going to add a little bit more pepper because, again, he needs it for later. Ignore that brand. That's not real. Please don't fucking sue me for the love of God. So, me being the bitch that I am, I'm a little envious that he stays so lean and he looks so good. So, I've been feeding him foods that are making him gain just a little bit of weight so that he can wonder what the fuck he's doing wrong. Because, ladies, we need to keep these men humble.
That's hot. That's hot. That's hot.
So, before we slow cook, we are going to pressure cook this pork for about an hour just to get it a little bit more tender. So right here, I'm just releasing the pressure, and it reminds me of all of the pressure and tension built up in this motherfucker.
I need to fuck something bad, I got some pressure built up. So the next thing I fuck, she gon' get extra ripped up.
So I'm a firm believer that Aemond is just really mad because he doesn't get any ass and all of his siblings are drowning in it, and I just feel like he would feel so much better if he just nutted. So here I'm just showing you the yellow potato that I'm going to peel while watching some True Blood.
Synthetic bottled blood?
No, I'm so sorry. Sam got some a year ago, but nobody ever ordered it, so it went bad.
And here is the potato peeled. It's almost as white as Aemond. Now I'm going to chop it up and just literally into smaller pieces, which is what Aemond actually does to his nephew at the end of the season. But I think that there's going to be a few more remnants of the potato than there is of his nephew. All right, so here very quickly, I have the ingredients for some whipped feta spread that I'm going to add on some crostini as an appetizer or a side. It is cream cheese, feta cheese, milk, and a whole bunch of seasonings, garlic powder, onion powder, salt, pepper, Italian seasoning, rosemary, and the list goes on. All you do is throw it in the food processor or a hand mixer until it is nice and whipped. As whipped as Aemond is for his uncle Daemon. Now, you may also be wondering why the camera angle is so bad, and it's because I'm actually shit at recording videos, and while I was waiting to get the rest of my spices, Aemond came, called me a bitch, and he pounded me into the countertop. I wish it was sexually, because I'm incredibly attracted to that man, but he would literally never in his life. But, it was unfortunately the hurtful kind of pound. But regardless, so sorry about the camera angle. I really am shit at this, but we're learning as we go.
Oh my God!
Oh, and, just like Aemond with his bullying and his teasing, sometimes you gotta push it until it goes too far, and then you're like, oh shit. And it's even too late to learn your lesson at that point. So we're multitaskers, and I'm cutting up a couple mini cucumbers for the cucumber salad. This is going to be really easy, and nobody's even going to fucking know, but it tastes so good. And it's just like Aemond, he's so underrated, and people, pass him off as just an asshole or being really stoic, but you'd never know. He's got a lot more in common with you than you would even assume. And I bet he also probably tastes pretty good. But again, I wouldn't know. I would like to.
Okay.
But please watch me fail cutting this cucumber and then realizing also that the book that I was reading while waiting for everything to cook is in the frame. And I refuse to take it out now just because. Oh man. Well, look at those cucumbers in the bowl. And now I'm going to add a little bit of that whipped feta topping. Not a lot, but I figured it's literally the same as adding some yogurt. It just has a little bit more flavor and cheese. So, you know. And that's basically like the perfect description for the entire Targaryen family. They are literally all just the same person, but one may be a little bit more spicy than the other. And some of them just kind of look the same. We're not going to go hardcore with adding some spices, just because, you know, like you don't want to fucking drown. But of course we're going to add dill because dill and cucumber, like the fuck. And some salt. Again, we need to make sure that his sodium levels are as high as they possibly can without killing him. So again, watch me mix this miserably, by the way. I don't know why I chose such a small fucking bowl, but if you can't tell, I'm like a literal fucking idiot, and I cannot film for shit. But you know, here I am trying to entertain the masses. So now we're gonna plate because figured you guys didn't need to learn how to fucking make mashed potatoes. But if you do, I just added buttermilk and some of the cooking liquid from the meat. Very easy. Mixed it up. I use a hand mixer. So here I'm going to top it with some of the pork that we made. Very fucking good. Look at that shit. You wish, don't you? Again, I'm not the best with plating, so please don't shit on me, okay? I'm probably going to hear enough because I gave him a blue plate instead of like a metal one. I don't fucking know. So here we're going to add some of that cucumber salad. It was so good. It's very, very crunchy. And I think that he really needs it for his teeth because, you know, he's always out here being so kind to his family and putting up with shit. He needs something like hard to crunch on, you know, like, cause he probably like clenches his jaws. And that's not good. So we're going to give him something to crunch on. Those are the crostinis with the whipped feta spread on the top. We're just adding it to the meal because why would we just put it on the side when we can put it on the plate? That doesn't make any fucking sense. But, they are literally as beautiful as he is. Striking, tasty, salty, cheesy. Now here is me trying to show you guys a close-up of the food. Again, I'm not a professional, but oh shit, that's just Ewan, my bad. Now, before anybody makes the comment, the motherfucker does need to calm down, but he's also the love of my life.
Girl, that just makes my head wanna twirl. You got me want to tell other girls, nothing else better on this world. The moment I see.
Well, guys, this is the end. Here we are. I don't know how the hell we made it this far, but we did it. And thank you, Ferret Man. That's my cat for knocking down my motherfucking clothes. But anyway, he says hello. Thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how this looked. I know how it looked. But was it a good, chaotic